Welcome guys to my first how-to video. Today I'm going to show you how to make steamies, which are a brilliant alternative to boilies, especially if your local venue has been hammered with boilies as well. If you keep introducing different shapes and sizes of these steamies, the fish will get used to it and they're not going to get caught on it and it can give you an edge. What I'm going to do today, of course, is going to go through all the ingredients which you need. I'll show you how you mix it and make it, and then obviously I'll show you how you steam it, and then I'll show you the final product. And then hopefully at some point I'll be able to get on the bank and show you the results as well. Okay guys, so let's go through the ingredients which you need to make steamies. You can pick all these up from your local pound shop or the supermarkets. Just see where I've got it on offer, and of course you can bulk it out and make it last you a long time. You can customise this to whatever flavours you require. Today I'm going to make tuna and crab flavoured boilies, and I'll just now go through the ingredients and show you how basic it really is to make them. So first of all, shredded wheat. Okay, so I use 4 biscuits of shredded wheat. You're going to need some flour. As long as it contains gluten, that's all what matters. It doesn't matter if it's got seeds in it or anything like that. This is just a plain one, but again, as long as it's got gluten in it, 'cause it binds the steamies together, that's all that matters. You're going to need some medium or large size eggs. And of course you're then going to need what you want your flavours to be. So again, like I said, we're going to use tuna and we're going to use crab. So let's get it all measured out now, and I'll tell you how much you need of each. Okay guys, so I've got everything in front of me now. I need to crack on and make my steamies. I've got my shredded wheat, I've got my crab meat, I've got my tuna, I've got my flour, and I've got my eggs. The only thing you may want to add to this is a colouring. And you would do that by using coloured dye. You can get yours off eBay quite cheap. I think I got that for £4 for 50 grams, and that'll last absolutely ages. All you need is 1/4 teaspoon's worth to put in with your mix, and that will give you your desired colour. All right, so let's break this all up now, and let's get on with making steamies. All right, guys. So so basically, you're gonna need to get your shredded wheat, and of course blend it all up. All right. So you can get quite messy doing this, so it's important you clean up afterwards. You get told off by the girlfriend. Alright, so all I do is just borrow our blender, pop it in, alright guys, so that's all the shredded wheat blended up. I'll quickly show you it. Now you do need it to be powder, alright. It's got to be a powder, and it's got to be really, really finely blended, all right? So make sure you put the time in to do it properly. Don't just quickly stick it in and have loads of little shredded bits sticking out still, because that will not help you when you're trying to make your base mix, all right? But yeah, as you can see, that's all nice and fine. That's perfect. That's just what I want. And again, that was 4 shredded wheat, all right? So next, you're going to need to blend up your crab meat and your tuna to get that into a nice fine mix, and then of course you're going to need to do your eggs as well. So with your eggs, it's down to your own personal preference on how you wish to use them. I'm going to be using 2 large eggs today. All right, that is just purely down to the small amount of ingredients I'm going to be using today. If I was adding in more dry ingredients, I would of course up the content of the eggs by 1 more. You can either use them with the shell or you can use them without the shell. It's your own personal preference. Today I'm going to be using them without the shell. Alright, so simple as that. Let's get them all blended up now for you. So, eggs are blended, ready to go. The tuna and crab meat has all been blended, it's now ready to go. The last stage now of the preparation is the flour. Now what I do to know how much flour I need for my mix is to go by how much shredded wheat or base mix I've got. So I use the scales, see how much I've got in there, take a quick mental note of it or write it down if you prefer. And then you need to know that you're going to need the same amount of flour. Now when you get to rolling up your dough, if it's still quite sticky, then of course there's nothing wrong with adding more flour, but this is just a good starting point for you to go by. So now we're at the mixing stage. I've got everything all prepared and ready to go. So it's quite simply just about popping it all in the mixer now and getting it all into a nice doughy ball. So I would start off with the base mix which you're going to use. So pop that straight in. Alright, so that's done. Next, add your flour. Like I said, don't put the flour away because you might need it at a later stage. That's done. Now add your eggs. Alright. Make sure all goes in there. And now we're going to put the mixer on and just get this started. Alright guys, so you get that all mixing up. And then you're going to add your tuna and crab meat. Okay guys, as you can probably see, my mix is still quite wet, so I'm going to add some more flour into that now. Alright, so let's get that added in now and just make it a bit more better consistency to work with. Right, so as you can see, there's my tuna and crab meat dough. It's not too bad. Let's get it out and I'll show you. Alright, it's sticking a little bit to my fingers, so all that means guys is that it still needs a bit more flour on it. It's not bad, it's almost there. So what I'm going to do now is put it on the table, work with it a little bit, get all the air out of it and add a bit more flour. But yeah, that's pretty good actually. So let's get a bit of flour on then. Put it on the work surface, you don't want too much, just a little bit. Right. Work it all around, get your dough, put it on top, and all you're going to do then is just press it and work it and get all the air out of it and work all the flour into the mix. You'll know when it's good because the dough stops sticking to your palms of your hands. So I'll just literally get the bottom, fold it over, press it down, bottom, fold it over, press it down, bring it towards me again, bring the two flaps in, press it down, bottom, fold it over, press it in, and I will just repeat that until I get the dough how I want it to be. If the mix does get too dry, you can add in a bit of water or a bit of oil to moisten it back up again. Now this ball is almost where I want it to be. And that, guys, is not bad. As you can see, goes in alright, doesn't stick. It's not a bad mix. I'm just going to add a little bit more flour and I'll be there, I reckon. So again, just put another little bit on your work surface. Not as much this time. There's hardly anything on there. It's not even teaspoons worth, not even half a teaspoon. Again, the same process. Work that flour into the dough. And there you go guys, that's the finished article. That is not bad for a quickie. Alright, so I'm just going to finish this off now off camera, but yeah, that's more or less what you want to be. Your finger can go in, but it doesn't, you know, it doesn't stick when it comes out. It's perfect, that's good though. Alright, so let's now show you how you prepare it for the steaming stage. So what I'm going to do in my mix, guys, I'm going to roll it into a ball. It's almost there anyway. Alright, flatten it a little bit. And then I'm going to cut it into 4. Alright, it's 1, 2, it doesn't have to be perfect. 3 and 4. And then what you're going to roll these into sort of sausages. Alright. You might want to put a little bit of flour down for this, but it's not essential. If it starts sticking to the work surface, and you add a little bit of flour. So all we want to do, guys, is just get sausages like that. So make 4 of those. Right, so I now have my 4 sausages rolled. Perfect for boiling. Alright, so all you need to do now with them is just wrap them up in cling film. Make sure they are nice and tight within the cling film. Alright, you just need enough film to wrap it over 3 or 4 times. Wrap it in, take both the ends. If you boil chicken, you know what I'm doing here. Both the ends, do it nice and tight. Right, fold it over. Then go to the other end, take the air out, pinch, fold. Fold it over. Alright, and you want to do all 4 like that, and then we're going to pop them into boil. Right, so get some boiling hot water. Once it's bubbling away nicely, you want to get your sausages, which have been wrapped up in cling film as previously mentioned, and you want to pop them in for about 15 minutes. Just be careful when you are putting them in, because of course you don't want to splash and burn your fingers. So yeah, they've now gone in, so I'll come back in 15 minutes and I'll show you what they've come out like. So when you take your steamies out and you're going to put them on the chopping board, just be very, very careful. There still will be boiling hot water in these. So just nip off the ends first of all. Do it on all 4. That'll help any of the excess water just come out of the bags. Now that's been done, I'll just recommend keeping them to cool down just for a minute. Okay, so now they're cooled down, guys, just literally put the scissors in and carefully take off the cling film. Alright. Those still going to be quite hot, so be careful. There's 1 gone. 2. Oh, see, still quite hot. 3. And 4. So they're done. So let's get these. Let's get a better look at these now. Right, so the steamies have now come out of the cling film. They've been allowed to cool for a minute. They are steaming a little bit. I just want to quickly show you something, because one of them is actually overdone ever so slightly. You'll know when the steamies are overdone because they will crack a little bit. So yeah, that one's got a little bit of a crack in. You can still use it, it's no problem at all. You're going to freeze it anyway. Just be careful when you're working with it and cutting it open. But the other ones seem fine. Yeah, so let's get these cut up into shapes. Okay, so as you can see, they've got good consistency in those, and they are good. So what you do is just cut them into 4s, or whatever your desired shape is. Now I get my 4 little triangles, and that's more or less the finished product. That, as you agree, is a lot different than what fish would normally be seeing on the bottom. So if you can get them used to feeding on it, of course, they're not going to be so cautious about picking them up, because they don't normally see them on the bank. So definitely going to be an edge for you if you use these guys. I'm going to get the rest of these all cut up now. They're all then going to be left for a couple of hours just to cool down, and then they will all go into a freezer bag and freeze until we're obviously ready to take them fishing. I hope you've enjoyed the video, guys. Of course, if you can give me any feedback, it's more than welcome. It is my first how-to. There are going to be mistakes. I'll try and edit them where I can. Again, any comments are welcome. Please like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and if there's anything you want me to do, anything you want me to show you how to make, if I know how to do it, I'll do it. Put it in the comments and I'll do my best to help. Take care guys, until next time. Paka.